Good afternoon and welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Demonwatch campaign episode 3. I'm joined by my friends and fellow hooligans, Adam, John, and Ahmed. How's it going, everyone?
I failed miserably. I went to Dairy Queen to grab dinner for me and my wife.
Delicious.
And it was a Dairy Queen that didn't have a hot part. So they had like some sandwiches and shit. I was like, okay, I'll get a Dairy Queen cold sandwich.
Why are you going to Dairy Queen in the winter? Doesn't that place like shut down?
No, apparently, well, yeah, I went there. I've got proof. I have a dilly bar. It's a dilly bar. That's my proof. Dairy Queen.
I can't remember the last time I was at a Dairy Queen.
So, to supplement the really crappy sandwich that I had, I'm currently scarfing down a bowl of beans with molasses, and I have a granola bar, like an adult. So, yeah, I'm trying to correct my errors. And my wife is less than pleased.
I had a steak sandwich in near to a place where I work, and now I need a nap. But instead, let's game.
Yes. I have water. I like water. It's tasty.
And Ahmed's a coach. All right. So
yes, we're so ready for this.
Why don't we do a recap of what happened
to sleep.
The last couple games?
Go to sleep.
Let us take the
it's
XP.
Not really child. Something.
Wow. Shut up, Adam.
I want you to go back to the recording when you're doing the editing, and I want you to isolate just that part. Shut up, Adam.
Shut up, Adam.
And I want you to save that for later.
Oh, okay. All right. Flag that one? Is that what we're going to do? Okay.
No, we're not going to flag it. We're just going to hang on to it next time we need it.
All right. we'll make a Shut Up, Adam YouTube video.
There you go.
Shut up.
And then we'll just have like 30 seconds of us just laughing, just like 5 second slots of us laughing. That'll be perfect.
So at the onset of Armas, a local festival in Valderis, the demon hunters celebrate recent victories, hobnob with important benefactors, and await the appearance of the enigmatic sovereigns. Instead, the festival commences with a city-shattering attack perpetrated by a demonic host that breaches the Wardstone barrier. The local sovereign, Targossian does battle with the dread Baelor called the Lightning Lord in the skies above the city as demons pour into the surrounding town. A giant fissure swallows up the heroes and the benefactors, and by the grace of Targossian, they survive and fall deep below the city and find themselves in caverns even below the sewers of the city of Valderis. Last game we called Saints Forgotten. The party confronts the remnants of past crusades, including undead, twisted creatures hiding beneath the city, some of whom may not be as monstrous as they first appear. And the encounter that we just left off in...
The Crusaders were there, with air quotes, Crusaders.
Right.
You could say it wrong.
Crusade, right?
No, incorrect. You're doing it wrong.
We didn't kill them.
Yes.
We killed some. There are dead ones.
So the party found the party found a structure that had recently fallen. The structure looked like it was some sort of like fortification or makeshift fortification. Likely that these twisted and these patchwork beings called mongrel folk were manning. At the same time, there were some crusaders that were attacking these mongrel folk as the mongrel folk were trying to dig out some of their brethren that were in the rubble of this structure. You guys overheard one of the crusaders, using air quotes again, mutter the name Baphomet during the combat, and some of the more astute and learned about such forbidden things realize that Baphomet is a demon lord, the demon lord of vengeance and minotaurs, amongst other things. I believe one of you also knows that there is a local cult to Baphomet that has been a thorn in the side of the Inquisition and the Crusaders in general. that and goodly beings who want to live normal lives, and they're called the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, which is kind of an ostentatious name. But apparently there were some of these cultists, if you will, pretending to be crusaders attacking the mongrel folk deep beneath the city. So you guys are still looking for a way out. At the same time, you have creatures to talk to, I guess. To summarize the battle, basically it was Eldon, Erexes, and Hadrian delivering vicious vengeance upon these cultists, while Icon and Phi helped dig people out of the rubble and keep them alive.
Eat web, bitches.
Yeah. There was
brilliant spell.
There were some tactics and that sort of thing, but
that could have gone south real quick.
Right. So I think we the last scene we had was Hadrian was chasing down this one cultist or this one low crusader that tried to run off into the tunnels in the dark. Hadrian, of course, can see in the dark as he has his hidden fiendish heritage.
I mean, for justice.
The sound of crusading, I hear.
That's right.
For great justice, right. Bortha looks like he's disgusted with the mongrel folk. Icon is amongst them, giving them blessings.
I'm going to cast Detect Evil and scan around to get the mongrel folk, and also Bortha, but we'll see about that in a second.
So are you leaving the body of the crusader there, or are you dragging it back?
No, I'm gonna leave it there. It's fine.
Okay. So you return to the side. Erexes has got his lance out. He just lifts it up when he sees that it's you. He also can see in the dark. Are you getting the cultists, or are you just getting the mongrel folk?
Oh, I'm gonna get everybody, all the people. I'm gonna sit there and just do it all day long.
Okay, from
You're
your
doing detect evil?
Now, is this a cone or is this a particular?
It's a cone.
Okay, so where you're standing on the map in Map Tools, you are picking up the presence of evil in your cone.
Okay.
Marty, which location are we?
Underground locations.
The ground locations to the right and down.
There's my cone.
Frig. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, you're picking up
Okay.
evil.
Okay. I will. Let's see. I'll undo that, and then I'll keep going.
Okay, the number of evil auras. Give me a second.
Yep. And the most powerful of the potent evil, or and the power of the most potent evil aura present.
Marty, my senses pick
I'm
up,
guessing
and I
there's
have to
one
kill
evil
him
aura.
now.
Is there two? I think just one. Am I evil?
You're like, hey, wait a minute.
You're evil. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not. You will die. Damn.
God damn it!
Evil detecting dog.
There is a single faint evil aura.
Okie doke.
Child's play. Is everybody all right? Very uncivilized of them.
And you get that it's the woman, and apparently she's still alive.
Let's put an end to that.
As I suspected.
Actually, there are a few of them. Let's just see.
I just don't have the dice.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy actually died. He bled out. You guys didn't rush to save him.
Does anyone have actively evil intent?
What?
Are they dressed
that's,
in an evil
that's
way?
the thing that you don't, that people forget about detect evil.
Actively evil intent?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know if intent's evil? It's really strange.
Murder, I would assume. I really want to cast necromantic spells. Though I'd imagine those people are probably already evil.
False life!
No. Creatures with actively evil intents count as evil creatures. So if you're a good person who's deciding he's going to become evil, you're actually going to...
Yep.
Register as evil.
Yeah, so evil things still register, though, John.
Yeah. All right. As I expected.
So is everybody all right? I mean, no, it's obviously not everyone. Looking behind, big giant mess of.
Yeah, they pulled the mongrel folk out of the rubble. There are a couple of bodies, and I just kind of.
Marty, we would have gotten our friends from the tunnel.
Oh right, Eravashnials.
No, you just leave them back there. They're
Okay,
fine. They're fine.
so you actually went over to go and
Yeah,
to go
I would
and
have
get your
gone
friends
to pick them up, yeah.
and led them into the tunnel. That's fine.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone here is all right. They've received Icon's blessing, and the light of Pelor now plays upon their ghoulish flesh.
Of course.
There's a look from a couple of them, like curiously at Icon. They don't seem to be really annoyed that he's making fun of the way they look. They were chattering amongst they go back to chattering amongst each other and sort of making sure that this young one's okay. Icon clumsily climbs down from the rubble. Actually, he's pretty deft on his feet. He's got a dex of 16.
We're gonna
What was this
separate
before
this
it fell?
cultist of Baphomet from her holy symbols or weapons or
Okay, yeah.
anything valuable, really.
Is she stabilized, by the way?
She
Yeah, I
is
believe
lying
so.
over top unceremoniously of one of the Crusaders, who's also breathing still.
Are they both stabilized, or?
It's been minutes, so they're not bleeding out.
Not
because of their
stabilized.
wounds.
They've got huge con scores.
Right. All right. So you do grab onto a holy symbol. Hadrian, give me a second. The holy symbol looks like it's a brass bull's head with tiny red gemstones for eyes. And she's got that around her neck.
All right, I'm taking that.
Okay. You actually hear a bull's snort when you pick up the holy symbol.
Okay, I'm gonna drop that into one of my pouches. I'm gonna start a little section on my character sheet called heretical
Collected.
contraband.
Okay.
Nice.
I will paste that just at the bottom of your sheet, and you can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, I'll move it up there.
Nice touch.
So he's not a smashy guy. He's a let's collect it and prove to the church that I'm doing good stuff.
Exactly.
Why is everything you have covered in blood?
It has been
Don't
purified.
give up their contraband willingly.
That's why it's contraband.
Okay, I got your note, Ahmed, about your kids.
Yeah. Vicious things.
Go to sleep.
They register as evil intent.
Nicely done, sir.
Excellent work.
Yep. You know that whole referencing things that happened like a few minutes ago? Awesome. Okay. As for valuable things, she is wearing armor.
Okay.
She's wielding a glaive.
Not anymore.
In fact, these Crusaders, air quotes, seem to be well armed. They didn't look hard
Marty,
up for gear.
Is it consistent? Are they consistently like dressed? Like, is the armor or the swords, are they the same make? You know what I mean? Like, are they organized very well, or are they just a bunch of dudes that are crusading?
Excuse me, sir.
They all
what the
they
hell
all
is
wearing-
going on?
They are all wearing the same armor. In fact, you would guess, aside from the woman with the crooked helm, those 4 or 5 men. How many were there? 4.
4, I think.
Yeah, 4 men were dressed kind of the same. These you'd have a hard time picking them out in a crowd of other Crusaders.
Like crusaders from the top?
Yeah.
They are crusaders. That wasn't a lie.
What happened to these men?
Well, that one, it's kind of obvious, really.
He just looks at you.
They tripped, yes.
You all know what I mean. Look.
What is going on here, good sir? My, isn't a nice day to meet you in a cave.
Right. So,
Would you like to have a pleasant conversation, sir?
Are you talking to these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can only parse things once at a time.
Yeah, Hadrian's going through the cultists' stuff, looking for any more heretical signs or books or anything interesting.
There's a vial that she's got in a pouch. She's wearing Masterwork chain shirt, a Masterwork glaive. She's got a spell component pouch.
Taking that.
And and 10 gold pieces. I don't know if you guys are looting together or you're doing separate piles. I don't know what you guys are doing. But
it's heretical contraband.
So 20 gold pieces of spell components is heretical contraband. Got it.
At least for right now.
Okay.
Eldon is starting to strip these guys off of their gear that is relating them to Crusaders because he thinks this is heresy.
Okay,
that
well,
these guys can't be Crusaders. They're good. They just can't be on them.
You find 4 wooden holy symbols. 2 of Heronius, which is the main lawful good patron of the world, and 2 of a couple of saints. And there's actually a Crusader saint. Give me a second. I've updated some of the saints of the world.
Into Crusade.
Saint Stabber.
Is anybody on the Excel sheet?
Oh.
McBludgeon.
The combat sheet?
I am.
The combat routines?
Saint Clydewell, Saint of Crusaders, Self-Sacrifice, and Masons.
There's a new guy at work. He's Syrian. His name is Dragon. It's the coolest shit.
Damn.
Greetings, I am Dragon.
What's his last name? Gold?
Slayer.
Ooh.
All right, Saint Clydewell. There are 2 symbols, one on each of them. One is Saint Clydewell is the Saint of Crusaders, Self-Sacrifice, and Masons. And then 2 holy symbols of Heronius. These are, like, not uncommon for Crusaders to carry a patron into battle, basically.
But these are supposed to be lawful good.
These are all lawful good. St. Clydewell might wander into lawful neutral, but yes, these are not like the holy symbols of demon princes.
These symbols don't. Something's amiss. Collects these symbols.
Okay, and then they also are wearing Crusaders tabards as if, like,
mocking us.
Sure.
So it would seem.
They don't have any badges, but they are wearing Crusader tabards.
They lose them.
Okay, mark down
anything anything associating with them with Crusaders is taken off them.
So, go ahead and mark on your sheet. You've got 4 wooden holy symbols.
Okay.
And then 4 Crusader tabards. So are you saying that these ne'er-do-wells were liars? Says Icon. Doesn't matter. Where are the Crusaders?
Must have been.
All right. Meanwhile, up on the rubble, Princess Nina lands on. I must thank you, he says, as like forming regular words was difficult for a moment. The chittering is almost inhuman. Perhaps it's like the lizard and other kind of parts of these misshapen creatures allow them to make ticks and high pitched squawks and.
Clickety clackety.
Yep. Yeah, there are mandibles. They don't all look the same. There are insectoid bits.
So you know what? If I look at my spells prepared or my infusions prepared as Uker, there's a lot more on that list. I'm like, wow, he's really good. Wait a second.
Wrong.
Why is he so strong?
Wrong alchemist.
Hey. Aw.
I am Lan. They call me half-horned. He just sort of raises his head like it's obvious.
Hi. I'll make my arcane mark.
Are you
Just
an
in there.
elf?
The
The
little one comes. They try to keep him back, but he kind of struggled forward. This awkwardly humpbacked critter.
I'll kneel down to talk to the awkwardly humpbacked critter.
Okay.
He's so neat. That side looks like that side. You must forgive. There's not many normals. Not many perfect beings down here. Your symmetry.
I am used to children and their inquisitiveness. It is not unusual.
But your tattoos are not symmetric.
No.
The one that moves.
That is my friend, Princess Nina. I'll have her go land with the kid.
Okay. Well, yeah. And he goes kind of chasing up.
Don't wander
There.
far. There's still dangers.
You know, there's a kid now playing with this butterfly, trying to catch her, basically jumping around.
Leia.
I didn't think that there were symmetrics down here.
I heard rumor that there were cities underneath the city, the old ones. Never thought I'd see them.
Some of the mongrel folk look nervous. Lan is looking at you. You helped us. You saved our people. Why are you here?
Fate, I suppose. Something really terrible has happened on the surface, and we fell through.
They've fallen. They've fallen to grace.
Yeah. Fallen to grace.
You've fallen to grace? You look so full.
Knowledge. Am I accidentally repeating some religious thing? What? Starting to feel like I accidentally repeated a religious thing or something. Like, oh, the chosen one will come.
By Saint Hurst, they have fallen to grace. They have come to help us.
Give me a knowledge religion.
Yeah. 34.
It's one of the council. It's one of the saints of the Council of Saints and Saviors. His name is Saint Hurst. He's the saint of lepers, beggars, and lost causes. And now you're seeing little trinkets to Saint Hurst. Not quite holy symbols. You could see in one of their leather jerkins, there's like a little etching of Saint Hurst. One of them has a really woolly sweater and white, like kind of a gray sweater, but there's like a white kind of a symbol of Saint Hurst that has been knitted into it.
I'm gonna start casting Detect Chaos in a cone.
Okay.
Take a step back.
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
Same cone.
Yeah.
You're getting one aura. Give me a second here.
I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, you're getting one.
Okay. I will keep going.
Okay. It is moderate.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then you figure out who for the third round?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's Erixes.
Oh.
Oh, he's...
What he's scanning?
Erixes right now is like roughly hanging some guy upside down to get his armor off. He's basically taking the breastplate off of all these guys and sorting their junk. Otis is kind of like helping him, like, no, check the pocket, check the pocket. Give me a second. Otis is
A thief?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if he actually registers though under the spell.
Oh, is he a good thief? And by good, I mean.
Sorry. Eravashniel is also a faint chaos.
Okay.
And yeah, so there were two auras.
Okay.
Rex is definitely the strongest.
Eravashniel.
Yeah.
Okay.
But none of the mongrel folk register as chaotic nor evil.
What's that?
They didn't register as chaotic or evil, the mongrels.
Oh, sorry. The cultists of Baphomet
Okay.
did as well. She's actually only a faint chaos.
Faint chaos.
What?
Okay.
What was this place that was destroyed? Yeah.
It was a lookout. Old building. Not sure what it was before.
Can I architecture engineer to see if I recognize what might have built it?
Sure.
30?
Pretty good roll.
Yeah, you're thinking much older. The tower was actually square. Well, the collapsed tower doesn't look square. It was square. A much older building. Kind of more like piled stones more than like as opposed to nice mason stones. Like they actually kind of used erratic shaped stones and then sort of mortared in between. Like maybe it was repaired by these creatures. You're not sure, but it's a much older building. Human, maybe with it's probably a human.
Human building. Human construction.
We should bring you to Neathholm. Yes, you've fallen to grace. Some of you are crusaders, ne?
Yes.
That's correct.
The little one over there. And the big one.
They are.
Do not confuse us with these kind of crusaders. We're honorable. Smacks his chest.
No, they do not have crusader's heart. Chief Sull, however, he will test your mettle.
Sounds like fun.
And I shall shine the light of Pelor upon this Chief Sull, and all of you wretched beasts, says Icon.
Dick.
He's
not wrong, but
what he lacks in what he lacks in personality, he makes up for in perfect symmetry. This is true.
Nina comes back. She's done playing with the kid. Lan is coming down. Do you need help? No, this is ours, says Erixes. You did not slay these foes.
I'm gonna heal check. How badly hurt is the cultist of Baphomet? 23.
I don't remember how she died or how she was defeated. Do you recall?
I think she just got smacked down pretty bad.
I think she got. I think the last hit was a whack from Alexis after getting shot.
That sounds right.
Okay, yeah, she's really badly injured. Got hit with a lance. Yeah, she's. If you move her, there's danger of her wound of her bleeding out.
Okay.
They look like they're strong.
Yeah, they look like they're stronger than the average man. It's hard to tell though, because they're not like they're not symmetrical. Some of them have humpbacks. They walk awkwardly, but they seem to they're strong enough to wear armor. They have leather armor on. They carry very simple weapons like clubs. Land doesn't even carry a weapon. They've got slings. Land, give me a linguistics check as they were going to go to help, but he told them to stop, and they seem to be waiting. They're not in a big rush to lead you off.
21.
You thought you overheard the goblin word for scavenge. It was mixed in with a bunch of other words. It's like their language is a bunch of pigeon languages, like a pigeon of many languages.
This is the best language ever. It's the language of all languages.
Okay.
Fine, is interesting.
I speak mutt.
They're waiting expectantly. Whenever Grixis looks over at them, they look at the floor, like they're kind of like looking around and trying to pretend to not be interested. The little guy goes off to try to go pick up a helmet, and one of them scoops up the little one to kind of pull him back, like wait your turn, sort of thing. They're waiting for you to take what you want so that they can scavenge the rest.
Yeah.
Disgusting creatures, says Boltha. The sooner we move on from this place.
Make sure. Sorry, some of the Irish. Let's collect the crossbows. Some of us may be able to use them. Yes?
I'm going to cast the spell Brand on the Cultist of Baphomet.
Okay.
It's a cantrip. She gets a fortitude save. Assuming she can take one.
Inflicting 1 point of damage.
Yep.
Okay, she's now bleeding again as you put the brand on her.
Okay. It'll be a symbol or a word in a language that essentially is the mark of the heretic. When Inquisitors get you and they catch you, this is what they give you.
Kind of on her forehead or something?
Yeah, like right on her
It
forehead.
doesn't last very long.
Days per level.
Okay. She'll make con checks to stabilize. She does.
Okay.
You bruise her forehead, and the brand gets burned in. It's not a friendly spell.
No.
What's that? Says Erixes as he's dumping another body outside of some plate armor.
The mark of the heretic.
Spellcraft.
That all may know who she is. And what she has done.
28. I understand the spell. It does. Are they supposed to come back for another one after a few days of being marked?
Why not?
I could put a sigil. I could put a sigil on her. It'll last a month. Although it'll main. I don't know if I want her.
Why not just kill her?
Rixie's got his hand on the haft of his great axe.
We might yet. But there are questions that need answering.
Yeah, he seems bored with that prospect, but doesn't. He returns to looting. The others.
What?
The others scamper
There we
around and start gathering up the bodies of their fallen.
Okay.
They seem to be having a conversation about something. They're arguing over the bodies, maybe?
Okay. I start preparing extract. It will take me a minute.
Very curious is Eravashniel. These creatures, these misshapen creatures, they... How long have your people been down here? Lan looks over at the other elf.
Long enough.
Oh. Eravashniel is lost in thought as Otis is trying to ignore the pains in his broken leg as he's helping Erixes gather up some of the loot. I will paste
Otis? Otis and Eravashniel, we're crossing the streams. Otis has broken leg, Eravashniel has no eyes.
Right. And I was describing what was going on. Eravashniel asked the question.
Erixes.
All right,
Otis
sorry.
is helping Erixes gather up.
I missed the word Otis. So I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
I drink the comprehend languages because I want to know what's going on.
We need to bring them back. Well, there's not enough of us to carry them all. Oh, why not get them to do it? They've fallen to grace. I don't know about all of them. They must be buried with our ancestors' bones.
How far is it to your home? The place?
Not far. Neath home is
He's searching for the word. Confluence of tunnels.
Okay. Right. I'm checking the levitate spell.
Perhaps one of your spells can help them, says Princess Nina in your head as she's crawling around on your skin.
That's what I'm trying to do. I think I should be able to levitate the whole bundle. I just have to tie them together and then just make one of them fly, and the rest of them will fly with it. We just push it along.
And now we shall see if any of these ne'er-do-wells carried magic. Icon's helping do the looting.
That is... since we're having a conversation in familiar tongue, that is the worst way to cast. Oh my.
Declaring what the spell before.
Look at my cantrip.
Stand back! I'm casting Read Magic!
Okay, so I'm going to paste the...
and then you cast fucking Chain Lightning. Oh shit! Fuck.
You do find a total of 5 potions of Cure Light Wounds. Actually, what is your craft alchemy?
Lots.
1 sec.
You can get DC like 10.
Yeah, 60. It's plus 16.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Icon goes over and asks you to have a look at these. I'll put them
Curing. Different one made that one, but still curing.
Yep. Oh, I have actually already organized this shit. So there are some weapons you may be interested in. Ahmed, there were 4 heavy crossbows. You said you wanted to take the crossbows. They're all too large for you, however.
They're too large for me, but Bortha could carry one.
Yep, you could arm
the medium creatures could carry them. What are they called? The mongrel folk?
Are you offering them crossbows?
We don't know what the journey will be like. We should arm ourselves as much as possible. Collect their bolts.
Salvage?
Yes, collect their bolts and the crossbows. I cannot fire them, but perhaps you can.
Little crusader with big sling. Maybe we shouldn't listen to what he says. His sling bullets were glowing. Yes, he is crusader. Very small.
And
the might of vengeance knows no size.
They seem to come to the conclusion that because you're very small, you must be righteous. And they go about,
Yeah.
and you told them to collect crossbow bolts, and they start collecting crossbow bolts.
While the rest of the group is away, Fi's going to go quickly to take. So if you tie the bodies together, I could levitate them, and you could push it
You are
along.
the grossest evil
carefully.
thing that I know of. This mangled spaghetti body thing.
Just push it along. It's what I
Kill him!
I can do.
Kill him!
I don't think I've got any. That's the best I can do.
He looks at
Without
you like
your guess.
you want me to tie the bodies together? No.
I can lift one of them with my mind, but it will take. If I can lift more than one, but I have to focus on one. So if they're all connected, then they all go together.
Then you shall take one.
I suppose. That works.
Is there a John there? No.
No, there's a net.
This is
It's
strange.
waiting to fall upon him.
Net. It's gonna get him. Hey Kenny, how's it going? So what's going on? They just finished fighting some low crusaders, or crusaders that were following some minor priestess of or cultist dedicated to Baphomet. They came across the scene when these crusaders were attacking mongrel folk, misshapen sort of patchwork beings. There was a chance that they may have sided with the wrong side. It appears that they have sided with the right
A
one.
side.
Yeah, A side, and at least one that isn't overtly demon worshipping. So they're kind of cleaning things up at this point in time, and they're chatting with the mongrel folk. It looks like Arexes has finished packing up a lot of the gear. There are some cold iron weapons that are in the pile. If you guys look at the loot,
Are there any daggers that are cold iron?
there are 2 cold iron daggers.
Can I use one as a small creature? Can I use it like a
At
small
minus
sword?
2.
That's better than not having anything. I will... -2 to attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Okay, mark it down. It is
Weapon.
cold iron does not make it masterwork because it's a special quality. It's just a slightly more expensive steel.
Yeah. Holds good against demons, right?
That's the common belief.
Cold iron medium dagger.
John, you may want to look at the weapons. There are some cold iron weapons that were in
-2 to...
that were in the Crusaders'
what's the...
possession. Lan Halfhorn picks up one of the bodies of the mongrel folk, and he begins to kind of like fireman drag the body. He gives a nod to Fi, who said he was going to lift one with his mind.
All right. I'm gonna wait before we're ready to go. I'm gonna.
I call dibs on the cold iron long sword, short sword.
I took a cold iron dagger.
The child ends up helping carry some of the crossbow bolts and one of the big crossbows. He's got kind of in his arms awkwardly in front of him.
I suppose there's no bodies for me to carry with my mind. That's fine.
Yeah, they begin to lift the bodies. They are moving really slow though.
So I will take one, and he takes one, and those 2 take one, and these 2 take one.
Got it.
And I will levitate this one and push it like a shopping trolley. with a fog cloud underneath it.
Nice. Using the one of the scales of Terrandelov, you get the sad feeling whenever you touch and use it.
I am pushing a dead body through a cave.
I'm going to erase the 3 heavy crossbows, or the 4 heavy crossbows. I'm going to put one on Bortha, who will, I guess, wield it.
Yeah.
he's not happy the fact that you guys seem to keep on arming him.
I'm not supposed to fight things, you know.
Right?
I'm supposed to pay people for that.
And he picks up 10 bolts, we'll say. But I guess long spear and heavy crossbow means standing back, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what are you doing with the woman's body? Orexes is laden with suits of armor. Like he's got a bunch of the suits of armor kind of tied together and strapped over his back.
Normally I would want to question her. But I think given the circumstances, getting out of here first is probably our priority.
Okay, this mongrel folk is actually making a gesture like you should smash her head in with a rock, and then another one actually says no to it. They're arguing again. They keep on mentioning this Chief Sull. As to their language, you're not sure. The comprehend languages, they're arguing over whether or not to bring her to Chief Sull.
Maybe we should bring her along or leave her to her fate. It's one of the two, really. We're not murderers, are we?
It is not murder to put a heretic to death.
Does she mean what he says?
Yeah?
Oh. Oh, my. Okay.
She has the taint of the dark god Baphomet.
That's why they have atonement spells.
What is your custom here? He speaks to the land. What's your custom here regarding these invaders, if you will?
Chief Sull? Chief Sull will is lawkeeper.
We're not able to bring them. Up above and in the combat zone, what we would do is dispatch of them.
Chief Sull.
And one of them is just pointing down the tunnel.
I still need to work on
Since he looks around at his companions, since we're in their land, we should be using their laws.
I'm going to take the long sword and I'm going to cut her head right off.
Okay. One of the mongrel folk shields the eyes of the little one.
Fire shields the eyes of Princess Nina.
And Eldon thinks you're slightly more evil. You are more evil than...
You execute the cultist.
Yep.
What's your strength?
Decent. I have 18 strength.
Oh, okay. So yeah, hacking off the head is no problem for you. It might have been a little bit messier, or
Yeah.
less-
Yeah.
I've done it with the strength 6 priestess with a knife.
Right.
It took a while.
Okay.
It was like 6 coups de grace.
her head's still in her silly-looking helm.
Okay.
There's still one more crusader that is alive, sprayed by the blood of the cultist.
I'm going to give him a brand,
Okay.
but we'll leave him.
Papa,
All right.
and how many side password give you
Hold on, baby. So.
the password button?
You rolled pretty well on the first one. Okay. He seems to still be breathing when you guys decide to leave him. I'm just going to drag your tokens off to the side just to represent that you are moving away from this cavern.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a monster. I don't just decapitate everyone.
I don't know. You can see in the dark like a demon.
You don't know that.
We saw you go into the dark with nothing to go kill a thing.
That doesn't mean I can see in the dark. It just means I'm brave. You don't like walk around and somebody walks out into the darkness. You're like, oh, the person can walk out of the darkness. They must be a demon. They can see in the dark.
No. You walked into the darkness to kill a man.
Either way,
It was suspicious for those that care or were paying attention. Of course, there are spells that just explain this away.
Yep.
But the group of you end up following these mongrel folk that are moving incredibly slow. Bortha complains about it. I don't see why we're following these creatures. They're more likely to lead us to some trap.
Silence, Bortha.
You give away our position. Do you speak any languages that are esoteric in your sort of studies and dealings as an aristocrat? Are you learned? Just start speaking random languages.
Is that all you see me as? Deep pockets, I suppose. Yes, A man in my position deals with a lot of money. Money comes from different people. Different people speak different languages. He seems annoyed that he has to explain it to you.
Alright. Does he speak... I don't know, let's go with Sylvan.
No.
Does he speak... Oh, these people might speak Draconic. Draconic he should speak. Celestial?
Give me a charisma check, because you're now trying his patience.
Charisma check all over your ass.
Okay,
12.
You got a 10. Alright, so he... yes, of course I speak Celestial. I'm on the side of righteousness and on the side of true crusaders. Do not question
As everyone should be.
So in Celestial...
Do not question my intellect again.
Stop insulting the people who know how to live down here, have food, and might know how to get out. How's your intellect feeling?
He says something like that essentially means gutter trash. And he was sort of looking at you and your tattoos when he said it. Yeah. Like, there is a slum in the city that is actually smack dab between two walls, and you're pretty sure that he just called you like from the gutter of like the slum.
He called me a scumfuck.
Yeah. There was a great amount of derision in his words. You giving him a lecture was not how you make friends with him.
Marty, I am communicating. I'm talking with Erixes, and we're just discussing how that battle went and what we learned from it. Kind of like how we could have done. Like you see how they started to run forward, and they started to took the cover. Like he's just going over the combat. Like they're closer friends than anybody else is here. So just going over.
If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for that web spell, can you do that again, wizard?
In fact,
that's very useful.
Yes. Although I'd start to have to use scrolls and things. It's one of those like number of It's only so much I can hold in my beautiful mind at once.
But you can do it again.
Yes.
It's an excellent tactic.
Basically, the fight was over for them.
Agreed.
We were able to hit them one-on-one as they struggled. Fire. Remember that. If you ever get caught in one of those things, fire. A bit of burning never hurt anyone.
Except for that guy.
Erixes is laughing as you guys are moving forward. Moving forward,
we've got kind of the same humor.
Pretty soon, you start to realize that the rubble along the sides of the caverns or the tunnel are actually not rubble, but they're like lean-tos that are hiding like etched out caves that have been scratched in the rock. There are periodic carvings of crusaders, those kind of childlike carvings of Crusaders that you saw earlier, kind of along the rocks. Some of them actually have little offerings in front of them, and the symbol of the Saint of Lepers and Lost Causes etched onto shields, perhaps after the carvings were made. The carvings are not of misshapen creatures, though. They are of, like, symmetrical men. The little lean-tos become more and more numerous as you find yourself in a square where there are maybe half a dozen stone buildings in this cavern. The stone buildings, you're not too sure how deep they run, and some of the stone buildings seem to be built out of the walls themselves. But you soon find yourselves amongst perhaps 60 or more mongrel folk. Also give me a knowledge planes.
Life is good when all your knowledges are one number. 20.
There are also tieflings in this settlement.
Phi doesn't bring up that there's tieflings in the settlement.
Okay. And you enter a settlement called Neathhome. Apparently, Lan is able to have some of the guards, like, the guards don't confront you right away, although you seem to be collecting more and more mongrel folk as you're moving. There are some crying and wailing and gnashing when they see the bodies, which other people begin to start help carry into the center square. A patchwork being that you can hear from the whispers is named Chief Sull. Is sort of hobbling towards a very large rock that is overlooking the small square that you guys are all now standing in. Let me get a miniature for the lovely Chief Sull.
Better call Saul. Oh, you are.
He looks like
You're corpulent.
yeah, he's quite rotund. It looks like a lot of his features are like mole or rat-like, and he definitely has like a leg that is twisted, almost like 180 degrees backwards. So he's got this horrible limp. He is wearing what looks like a breastplate, though, like that's been probably put through the breastplate stretcher a few times.
Huh. He does look pretty symmetrical compared to the other ones.
Yeah, he seems to. They skitter out of the way and they seem to defer to him. Lan begins to speak as he's looking down at like all the bodies and shaking his head. Lan is chittering back up at him in his strange, in this strange tongue that seems to be a mixture of clicks and clacks and whistles.
Friends?
That'd be us. Yes?
You've fallen to grace. You've come to Neathhome. Nay?
Yes, we have fallen, and we have come to Neathhome.
You are symmetrics. You are... How do you say was not ugly.
Some of us try.
Gold one, very not ugly.